Evaluation question 1. In what ways does your media product use, developed, or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? The brief task was to create the opening of a horror film. In preparation, I did research on many aspects of horror films throughout the years, the types of audiences they attract, and their production process and outcomes. By doing research, I was able to create ideas for the production of my brief and was able to make decisions I was unsure of about my brief. For example, I made questionnaires that helped me make decisions on fonts and colour schemes for my brief. I have demonstrated generic conventions in my brief due to my research. Throughout my whole brief, I have included credits, as most films have credits which run for a few minutes. I particularly liked the Dead Zone credits as they were in a plain white font and were very easy to read. The beginning of the Dead Zone establishes an equilibrium, like my brief, and so I liked how simple the credits were alongside the footage. I liked how the credits remained the same font, size and colouring throughout the entire opening, and so I was inspired from this film and kept my credits the same font, size and colouring throughout my brief. I have also showed the logo of my distribution and production company, who I worked in synergy with for the making of my film, and I used appropriate sound effects for the production company shown, which relate to the genre of my brief, like most films do. I chose to work in synergy with Blumhouse Productions and Momentum Pictures after researching production and distribution companies and their success and experience with films, and in particular, horror films. Blumhouse Productions has produced very famous and successful horror films such as Paranormal Activity, The Purge, and Insidious. Momentum Pictures have distributed The Woman in Black, Sinister, and House at the End of the Street. These are also very successful and well-known horror films. I also included the title of my film, which identifies the genre of the film, and used alarming sound effects to emphasise the titles and to make the audience aware of the genre of the film. I researched different theories in media, and I used Todros theory and introduced an equilibrium. My brief is set in an empty house, like most horror films, and it includes Foley and bizarre sound effects which build tension and confusion for the audience, therefore wanting to watch the rest of the film. I used key iconography of horror films subtly in my opening, as I included fire and created emphasis on the fire by showing it as a close-up shot. The editing of my opening is on an unsteady and unpredictable pace to make the audience feel uneasy. The interior of the house is fairly ordinary, however things around the house emphasise Jack's instability. For example, the large amount of wine bottles and the tangled electrical wires which sit on his countertop, and the large amount of dirty untouched dishes in his sink. The bottles suggest he may struggle with an alcohol addiction. The wires display his muddled life, and the sink reflects his unhygienic lifestyle. Many close-up shots are used in my brief, as they are a key convention of horror films, as over-the-shoulder shots, which I ensured that I used to give the impression that someone is following and watching the character, and therefore the audience feel unsafe and uneasy. Montage editing is also used, as it creates enigma, which most horror films have. Matching action and jump cuts are also used to create continuity editing. The use of montage editing created tension for the audience watching due to the fast pace of the editing involved. It also showed Jack's movements of making his cup of tea in a quick and effective way. The use of match and action whilst Jack is leaving his bedroom and walking down the stairs is effective, as it goes unnoticeable and therefore creates continuity editing. The use of jump cuts are effective, as they get the audience straight to the point. The repeated shots of the sausages cooking creates tension, as we can see them gradually getting blacker as they burn more, alongside Jack's bizarre subconscious thoughts building angrily.